Hello and welcome to News Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to welcome all of you who are tuning in from Africa, the USA, Europe, everywhere across the globe. It's a privilege to come back to you today with a very important subject that I bring today. I am going to be talking about the catch of arms. The catch of arms in Maroua, northern Cameroon. And I come with a question. Can Cameroon survive two war fronts? Can Cameroon survive two war fronts? That is a big question that I bring, and I hope that La République du Cameroon listens to me and take this very, very seriously. Please don't go away. Hit your share button. Let's get more to join the broadcast. I'll be right back. All right, sorry for the long wait, ladies and gentlemen, owing to some technical issues here. Thank you for tuning in. Please do me the favor, go ahead and hit your share button. Let us populate the platform, the social media platform. I am very excited coming to you today with information which I believe is quite illuminating and informative, but also very, very inspiring for if you are Ambazonian out there. I will again be talking about the happenings in Maroua, far north of La République du Cameroon, and I will be taking you to the events in Manu County, precisely what happened in the Akwaya local government area. So do me the favor, go ahead and hit your share button. If you are watching by way of the social media, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. We are live on TikTok, somebody. We are live on TikTok too. So if you can watch by way of TikTok, please hit the share button, invite somebody to join the broadcast. I come to you again with very, very important subject to discuss. If you are watching by way of satellite in Africa, anywhere in Africa, there are so many people who still have not discovered where ABS is on satellite. Our former position has changed. Again, the former position of ABS on satellite has changed. So please help those who have not yet rediscovered the location of ABS on satellite. So spread the news, how you got it, send it to others so that they can reconnect to ABS on satellite television in Africa, but precisely where we call ground zero, that is the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you once more for tuning in. It is a pleasure to be back here today, and I promise you, you will like this. You will like the broadcast today. It is going to be very, very scintillating, very, very scintillating, and you will love it. I will take a brief break out, and when I come back, I will bring to you my first talking point, my first monologue for the day. So please, I'd like you to stay tuned. I will be right back with my monologue.
Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I come to you again with my first monologue for tonight, and it is again based on the events that took place in Maroua County, precisely in the Akwaya local government area, where seven of Cameroon's trained military were brought down, ambushed by Ambazonia restoration fighters. Cameroon is teetering on the edge of a storm, its fragile unity fraying under the weight of internal conflicts. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I got the wrong subject here. Give us a second. Unfortunately, this is happening today. Stay put.
America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America.
All right, ladies
flagship
and
model.
gentlemen, sorry for that mixed up. Certain days are like that, where everything seems not to be going well. I have been kind of a little bedridden for a few days, and trying to do this takes a little more focus and energy, but that is okay. Again, I would now take you to this first monologue of the day. The first monologue of the day. And again, it is focus. It is focus on the unyielding spirit of Ambazonia. The unyielding spirit of Ambazonia. So please, let us go as I bring you the monologue. 7 rotten La République du Cameroon soldiers discovered. Again, that happened in Maroua County, precisely Acquire local government area. Acquire local government area. And all the credit, of course, goes to the Ambazonia Restoration Forces. For over 8 years, the regime in Yaoundé has clung to the narrative of a crisis in the southern Cameroons, dismissing the full-blown war that they themselves declared. But the question remains, do crises rack up the kind of staggering casualties that Cameroon's military has endured in Ambazonia? The answer lies in the battlefield, where Ambazonian fighters, poorly funded and barely equipped, continue to defy the might of a state-sponsored army in a spectacular fashion. The latest chapter of this humiliating saga unfolded in Acquire local government area in Maroua County, in Ambazonia, of course, where 7 soldiers of the Cameroon army met their gruesome fate in an ambush. The Ambazonia liberation fighters executed their operation with the precision of seasoned guerrilla warriors, proving once again that conventional armies are no match for the unpredictable and decentralized tactics of a determined resistance. The ambush in Agua is not an isolated event. It is emblematic of the Ambazonian fighters' ability to adapt, to innovate, and strike where their adversaries less expect. Operating as a guerrilla force, these fighters have turned the dense forest, rocked their terrains, and hidden pathways of Ambazonia into their greatest allies. The Cameroon military, despite setting up clandestine barracks, camps, military camps across Ambazonia in an attempt to stamp out the insurgency, has found itself repeatedly outmaneuvered and outwitted. In the Agua incident, the Cameroon soldiers were not only killed, but humiliated in death. A message to their oppressors that Ambazonia will not be subdued. Stripped of their uniforms and weapons, their bodies were left exposed to the elements, a stark reminder of their failure. The Ambazonian fighters, despite lacking the resources of a conventional army, have demonstrated the uncanny ability to execute operations with devastating impact or effect. For years, ladies and gentlemen, Cameroon's leadership has refused to acknowledge the nature of the war they are fighting. A guerrilla war cannot be won with brute force alone. It requires an understanding of the socio-political realities that fuel the resistance. Yet, Cameroon persists in its denial, sending waves of soldiers into a battlefield where they are unprepared for the unconventional strategies of the Ambazonian restoration fighters. This war has exposed the cracks in Cameroon's military machine. Despite boasting superior weaponry, training, and logistics, the Cameroon army has been repeatedly outsmarted by a force driven by sheer determination and a dream of independence. Every ambush, every casualty is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the Ambazonian people. The Ambazonian fighters deserve recognition for their courage and strategic brilliance. These are individuals who, against all odds, have stood up to a powerful state, a brutal one in that matter, transforming their communities into strongholds of resistance. They have shown that victory is not determined by resources alone, but by the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to bow to oppression. In Agua and countless other locations in Ambazonia, they have sent a clear message. Ambazonia cannot, and will not be defeated. The bravery and tactical smartness of these fighters continue to redefine the dynamics of this conflict, exposing Cameroon's inability to adapt and its unwillingness to confront the truth. How many more ambushes, how many more humiliations will it take for Cameroon to admit that it cannot win this war? The persistence of Ambazonia's resistance is proof that the tide cannot be turned by force. It is time for Cameroon to abandon its illusions of conquest and acknowledge the undeniable. The people of Ambazonia will never surrender their quest for freedom. This war is not just a military conflict, it is a battle of wills, a clash between oppression and the unyielding desire for self-determination. The longer Cameroon refuses to face reality, the greater the toll will be, not just on its soldiers, but on its credibility as a nation. The ambush in Agua is yet another reminder of Ambazonia's resilience and Cameroon's futility. The time has come for the world to recognize the bravery of the Ambazonian fighters and question the senseless of a war that Cameroon cannot win. And that is my first monologue to you, ladies and gentlemen, because of the grueling nature of the images we have coming from Agua in Akwaya. We cannot put those images in their current form on the television because you know what will happen. But what you see right now is what took place. That is what happened in Agua. What you are seeing there are images of ambush and killed Cameroon soldiers rotting in the bush. Rotting in the bush, ladies and gentlemen. The bodies of Cameroon soldiers rotting in the bush in the Agua, in the Akwaya local government area. I am being joined right now by Comrade Metro Nikamp, joining me, I believe, from the Netherlands, and Comrade Jackson Omeka, who is also joining me from here in the U.S., the United States. Comrade Nikamp, it's a great pleasure to have you on ABS, your premiere on ABS. Good to see you, sir. I hope you can hear me.
Hey, thank you very much, my fellow and dear brother, Comrade Chris, and and thank you for having me. Yeah, it's my first time on ABS, and I'm glad to be here.
All
And I look
right.
forward to exchanging some knowledge and information, ideas with you and my other co-panelists. So thank you for having me, Comrade.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Comrade Jackson, it's a pleasure to have you back. So if you can centralize your image on your camera, that would be great. All right. Thank you. Good to see you again, comrade. I think you are muted on your end.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Let me start with you, Comrade Nikonv. I'm sure you must have seen the images emerging from Agua in the Aquia, where seven Cameroon soldiers are ambushed and killed, abandoned to themselves to rot in the bush in Aquia. Now, Cameroon has always won the world to believe this is a crisis. They avoid the word conflict. They call it a crisis. Now, when you look at images like this emerging from what Ambazonia restoration forces are doing, uh, do you see Cameroon? Do you see Cameroon finally realizing that this thing is not what they're calling it?
Well, thank you very much, Comrade, for that very good question. To start first and foremost, uh, doping my heart, like I would say, all my cafe day. I'll congratulate our liberation fighters, first and foremost, for the tremendous job they are doing, the sacrifice they are doing for the homeland. Yes, we are dealing with a country that does not even respect its own or the laws that they have. This war has prolonged up to this level because we still have some of our own elites. I don't think they deserve the elites again. Still encouraging Yaoundé that this is not the first time a group of large soldiers from the Republic have been ambushed and killed. Remember what happened in Gokitunja with
Right.
No Pity and elsewhere? They have been killing. Our fighters have been killing them, but La Republique du Cameroon have been refusing, denying, as if they think one day a magic one will come and then everything will return to normalcy and everybody regain their position. No,
Right.
I think they know they cannot believe that an untrained force is beating their professionals down. So already we have already defeated La Republique de Cameroon. It's just that some of us Southern Cameroonians who are encouraging the regime in Yaoundé for one reason or the other, they still believe that Biya can turn things around. But now, look, I remember one question one of these clergy asked during his preaching in North. He said, look at you all, who can give a 92-year-old cutlass that go and play some You are encouraging him for, let him just go. They are still encouraging him to be here. The war is over, according to me, Comrade Chris.
Yeah.
So Ambazonia was already won.
Uh, Comrade Jackson, what is your take on this? Do you see Cameroon finally realizing that this war, they cannot continue to call it a crisis and they cannot win it? We can hear you. You are muted.
No, I don't think they're going to see it like that because uh, the war that is happening in the southern Cameroons is just one of the many problems that uh, the La Republique government is not able to understand and recognize that they have issues. So they've been playing the ostrich in every aspect, every domain, every single problem that they are encountering in that country. So, so long as there is nothing, no uprising, nothing to disturb them, they continue to see how they can patch and manage the situation. But the truth is that the situation in southern Cameroon is fast getting out of control, and it's high time they should know that, because not only that the people in southern Cameroon are suffering, but the family members over there are really, 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 really lamenting. I was following our program today on one of their roundtable conferences, and they were questioning their inability of first, it was they had issues. How could they kill that number of persons? Number two, but how was it that they understand that it's a landlocked, it's an area that has not been disenclaved, which is what they've been doing with the southern Cameroons. They agree not to help and develop that part of the country. So now the chicken are coming home to roost. Uh, the question, why is it unable? They were unable to go and airlift those corpses and take them to the mortuary and give those people a befitting burial, despite the fact that it's a loss already. But then there was a complaint that they don't have an helicopter that could go to Akwaya and airlift those bodies. That's why the video that we see that is going viral on social media is having those corpses that are in an advanced stage of decomposition.
Now, this is the problem, though, with that. This is the problem. The problem is that the parents of those soldiers and their families, their wives, their children, they may never know where they are, isn't it?
Yes, very. I think it is prohibited in in for any media outlet to report on the situation in southern Cameroon. That's why when the soldiers go back in body bags, only the individual families are dealing with. So it's not something that has any media coverage, and you understand that with that Tanganji and with that organ that monitors the broadcasting system in Cameroon. They call it
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So when you
Yeah,
do,
the
they're gonna shut
CNA.
you down. Yeah. So there's a lot of censorship, and this censorship has kept most of the people. And then there's another thing that I would say, which there's a common saying in French. They say now is "Je veux voir mes enfants grandir." So everybody now is for themselves, and then God for we all. Everybody just thinking that if I make a wrong move, I really want to see my children grow up. I don't want to be killed, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of killing. There's a lot of killing in that country. In the French part of the country, despite the fact that the southern Cameroons are in a war situation. But you go to the francophone part, there's a lot of killings that is going on there. Insecurity is very high.
Maitre,
Comrade Chris, to add to
they
what my
remains.
fellow brother is saying here, let
Yes.
me let me clarify another one thing again. With La République Cameroon in denial and denial. It's not because they didn't have means to carry those corpses from there and then bring them to their families. Because they made their respective family to understand that these very guys are still alive and they are on mission elsewhere. There are so many like that for years now, maybe more than 2 or 3 years, these soldiers have died, but their relatives back in their villages, they still believe they are alive and on mission. It's not that the Cameroon means to carry this corpse. Continue to live on lies, telling them just somebody has been dead, corpse rotting, but they make their family to understand that he is alive somewhere there fighting or on a mission back home. Thank you.
Well, talking about a lot of public's media, how can a media house, as many as they are, keep this away from the public when you have social media? What are they afraid of? If you guys can help me explain this. What are they afraid of when everything is in the social media?
Well,
No,
can I
no.
take that?
Look,
Okay.
they believe that they use the silence of, I mean, they intimidate the media from not announcing what exactly is happening. They treat them with some sort of, closure or detention and stuff like that, so that they continue to gain some popularity. They think that they are gaining some popularity around the world, that they are controlling everything is under control. But shockingly to them, it's still the international community telling them that no, the war is not over. Because they have eyes down there on the ground. They are diplomats operating within the country. They hear things, and so they keep spreading the message. Whereas La Republic is sitting there dreaming that no, we have calmed down everything. I think you will go and eat pepper and shout and say, "I'll bring Molinex, I'll blender you here." But now, look, like you mentioned in your monologue, Comrade Prince, it is not going to split only within Yaoundé. The north is coming. They catch. You saw the volume of weapons that they were caught on the way to Yaoundé last
Yeah.
month or two ago, and recently they display a factory where they are manufacturing military equipment in that very north, aiming down to south. And now, if you listen again to what Kamto is saying, no, 10 years is enough. Today, this time around, we will better die and those who are alive will govern. So, it is on them right now. Our concern right now should be about our people who are down there in that territory. How should they focus on start to coming back? But those who are holding them back there are those who have investment. Continue to encourage them that no, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. It's never going to be okay, Chris. It's finished. The Republic of Cameroon has lost the war long. Ambazonia is just some just propaganda they are making around this and that. They will never succeed. Even with the last man standing, yet they can never beat Ambazonia. Thank you.
I think Jackson wanted to add something there, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that um, to let me be the devil's advocate now for the media in Cameroon. Those guys are operating under very difficult conditions, and sometimes it's easy to sit out abroad and criticize them, but the reality on the ground is a very tough situation to work in. Especially, you are all aware that there was a decree signed that nobody should just say anything about the health of the president. You know, in a country that is supposed to have democracy, and they already have a police that has to go around police all the media outlet to censor whatever they say. And again, there is also the state terrorism that is going on, and the killing of Martinez Zogo, and before Martinez Zogo, other media persons have fallen victim to the aggressive nature of that dictatorial regime. So the media, they're doing the best, but to me, it's so hard for them to really say what they really have to say. Because if you look at even how they're coming down on the archbishops and the ecclesiastical personalities of the Roman Catholic Church because of their outings, then think of a journalist that has no standing like those institutions. It's hard.
Yeah, actually, a lot of things are going on in that country. You're talking about the pressure being put on the regime by the Catholic bishops. I was reading a Mimi Mefo story today suggesting that the meeting in Boya by the Catholic bishops is being I mean, the governor of Boya in Boya is being sent to the bishop's meeting to go and allay the fears of the Catholic bishop, maybe to get them to stop talking, to persuade them to stop talking about Bia's attempt to stand elections again. Now they have that going on. We are coming to the area of the north where arms were recently caught there. But you have Ambazonia also. And Ambazonia is going on now. This is the ninth year. The ninth year. And every little opportunity, like other elections or 20th May or 11th February or whatever, every little occasion, a lot of people who come around want to always try to send the impression that, oh, normalcy is beginning to return, you can see. So, but with images emerging like the ones that we see on the screen here, with this, this can only continue to happen. With images emerging like this, what do you think will be going on in the mind? Forget about what they put out in the public. What do you think genuinely is going on within the circles of the power brokers in Yaoundé when they see this? Any of you can start.
All right. Yes. As I said, in my opening statement here, I told you that the regime is confronted with a number of difficulties at this point, and they are trying to manage all these difficulties to the best of their knowledge. But it gets to a point where it's going to be above them. Yeah, because right now, the end of your speech was received with a lot of indignations, and and the regime has been made to understand that people are angry with them. And then the contributing factors to that are the war in the Ambazonians and the war in the far north and the mismanagement that has been going on in that country, corruption, and the candidacy of Paul Biya, who said he's ready for another mandate and he's ready to serve the people, to use his words, he's ready to serve again, you know. So, Secretary, asking us to say what is going in their mind is difficult to tell, but what I can say here is that they have a lot in their plate and they're dealing with a lot right now. And I just think that the one thing that is going to break that place is the candidacy of Paul Biya, and every other thing will fall in place. Are you still there? I think.
Metro, go on.
Hello?
Secretary Chris, we can see you.
Yeah, well, I can hear you. Metro,
Okay.
go on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think we are having a very very difficult networking today, right? Because
Yeah, I guess
sometimes I
so.
don't hear you so much, and then I hear some echo around here. You know, yeah. In regard to what is happening in La Republic of Cameroon, like my fellow comrade is saying, it is just total denial and denial and denial. You know, I watch some of their program like that on the Equinox or some platforms. You know, those who are encouraging Paul are those who are even afraid. They don't even know their faith because they are sustaining their life now because of Paul Biya is there. The moment Paul Biya disappears, all these guys, they don't know their faith. Either they will be going to condemn of them will be committing suicide or they will be seeking asylum wherever they are going. They don't even know. Otherwise, there's no right justification to be pushing a 92-year-old man to go for elections again. Amongst all of those encouraging phobia to for candidature again for this year's election, none of them has a father that is he will even send him say, Papa, go and even cut the plantain from the bush. And then you are giving somebody a task of being the president of a country to govern, that you can walk and go to places, examine projects, hold meetings and chair cabinets. It's not feasible. So when is it Reverend Father Cleda said that no, it's not realistic for Phobia to be candidate. They rain all storm on him, like when they were receiving money, they were supporting nada, nothing is coming. So all these are just nonsense, no, just nonsense. And it's still the Republic of Cameroon's style of denial and denial and denial and denial and denial. It's plain and simple. My fellow people, I am tired. I have served you enough. Good. Please, I'm going home for retirement. Find somebody else, govern the country. Surrender us. Don't just mention Ambazonia, because it's not part, it's not going to be, never going to Cameroon. No matter, we're not talking about dialogue. We're talking about negotiation now. Nothing like dialogue. Dialogue what? It's negotiation. How do we negotiate to protect our people who have invested in that their
Well,
territory, and
as
those who
far
have
as
invested
far
in
as
our
I'm
own? So
concerned, they
it's
can
not
call it
about
any
dialogue
name. They
again,
can
it's
give it any
negotiation.
name, whether dialogue, whether mediation, whether negotiation, whatever name they give to it, for as long as it brings them to the table in a secure location. I don't care. Let them give it any name.
Exactly. My point, exactly. Because right now, nobody is thinking about the solution. How he thought because they have the biggest hammer, they will hit every nail. No. For how many? This is the ninth year. Our brilliant, strong forces untrained have beaten their professional, the so-called bill. Who thought that they were like the army that could fly on air and pick you from any angle? Where are they? Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Well, let's really hope that the civilian population see what is going on, because I know for sure the civilians will see this. The unfortunate thing is, I wish we were able to see these images for exactly what they are. The trouble there is even family members cannot, looking at those images, recognize their loved ones.
No, Secretary Chris,
Yeah,
the thing is, we don't even need to worry about seeing those images, because with social media, they are everywhere. Because I was just telling you that one of the panelists today, or was it yesterday, there was a lot of indignation about the nature, the state at which those images are. So
okay.
they are everywhere.
On what channel was that?
It was Equinox. It
Okay.
was a television panel. So, but the thing that we should be talking is, how are they able to react to what they are saying, which is the problem, which has always been the problem. So I don't know when is going to be a breaking point for these guys to see that this is happening in this is perpetual, and something that at one point they need to break this tradition
Yeah.
of them losing vibrant boys and parents, and of us losing our way of life and our family members and everything too. And at that same point, the economy is going down, because
Yeah.
okay, like the denial we're talking about, there was a message that these guys were killed by Fulani, and they sent out a wrong message. At that point, the government said it was the Nigerian military that did that. So they're trying to throw everything on the wall and see
But,
what will
you-
stick.
but you see exactly what I am talking about. It's the same thing they said in the north. When they found a cache
That
of
was Mali.
arms in the north, they didn't say it was an insurgency happening in the north. They
No,
said it was trafficking. Then come to the seven of the seven of the seven soldiers killed. They said, "Oh, Fulanese." Which Fulani? Where do we find Fulanese in the Akwaya or in Manu? Where did they come from? They never exist
That's
there. And then they now
that is
say
a
Nigerians. Which Nigerians?
that is a few tropical region in our territory, which is mostly forest. And for to say that Fulani did it, I think it did not work. Then they were so shamelessly going to shift to Nigerians without even bothering to see how much is this going to cost diplomatically. So those are frantic moves to say that these guys, anything that can work, they're going to use it. At this point, they have. I mean, look at very young, vibrant men like the one
Yeah,
you're showing on the screen. These are people that still have a whole lot of life ahead
yeah,
of them, but you see people, 92-year-old, 82, 87, 80 something year old, 81-year-old individuals are sacrificing a generation. Where I would say that in Cameroon today, the old people are working and the young people are on retirement. And then the old people are making the young people that are already on retirement to pay taxes for them to be eating. That's
yeah.
terrible.
So, Maitre, again, you look at the young people that Cameroon is sacrificing. Look at the young people that Cameroon is sacrificing. Yet when you see these things happening day in, day out, you begin to wonder, why can the people not rise up and take their destiny into their hands as Ambazonia has done?
Yes, Comrade Chris, that is why these these people are not like the Anglo-Saxon whom we are. No amount of killing that their people will die. They will one day rise up and say, "Hey, enough is enough now. We'll go out and then challenge Paul Biya to stop this war." No, they don't have that culture in them. They don't have that culture. It is all along. It has always been the southern Cameroon that will stand up against the regime in Yaoundé to challenge them for any other thing, either like the GCE or like the whatever what we wanted. We always rise up and challenge and demonstrate and ask and get them and the benefit. Now, for 8 years to 9 years, their relatives have been dying. They have
Yeah,
been killing them in their numbers. Not a single day. Even their member of parliament, you never see a single one stand up and say that, hey, our children are being killed.
right.
Things are happening, that economy is damaged completely. Nobody is standing up to raise a question and ask the regime in place. It's not in their DNA. So we don't expect that they will feel this seven will rot in and they will still instead announce that, hey, we are recruiting um, young armies from the age of 23, single unmarried. That is why they announce the regular age for recruitment into the army and just send them to the bush. What, a 23-year-old guy will go and be fighting for somebody who's already dead, going to the grave. And then, what is that supposed to mean? A war, 9 years now and counting. And then they think that they will just march over the entire southern Cameroon and take over the land and go away with it. It's not going to happen. It has not happened. And shame to some of our elites, people from southern Cameroon origin that are in the regime, encouraging them, even talking about elections or talking about so this is very, very shameful thing. Now, the truth is that even the camp as we hear him saying, is going to fight, and the CPDM is dying. And when the CPDM finally dies, where are those the regime, those commercial agents, where are they going to go? They don't even know where they are going. Their fate is unknown. So they are just now stranded to survive. Maybe they will come and seek asylum in the diaspora, but we will point them out.
They will, they will come and meet. They will come and meet us. They will come and meet all of us here, and
We'll identify them. We know
and we,
them.
and
We'll
we
point
have
them
and we
out.
have beer summits together. I've been waiting for Atanganji and Emi Bankui and all the rest
Besides,
of them.
Atanganji is also under investigation on a special case. They hate him, even within the circle of the regime. They hate him. They are using him only like they use him like a hunting dog. things
Yeah.
that a stupid man would do. That's why they were sending him to go and do. He tried Alice come. Did you hear what Alice come told him? Say, look at you. Who are you? You want to come and audit? Did you give me more? You can't audit me. Then I think Atanganji just wrapped his tail within his legs and that disappeared.
Yeah.
Maybe Alice come told him, yeah, come to my office and audit me. If ever you have given me money, you don't even know the law.
I
I
will be
think
having Alice here very soon, one of these days.
Thank
I
you.
think I think Christian, the most thing that Alice come said was that Tenganji should first of all come clean with those gangsters that he brought, that they were Transparency International to come out for the last during the last election, and use taxpayers' money and paraded with them on national TV that they were Transparency International. Meanwhile, there were some unemployed people that he picked somewhere around Belgium.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a brief break out. When I come back, I will take you to the far north of La République du Cameroon with my second monologue. Please stay tuned.
Your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment I will take you to the far north of La République du Cameroon for what I consider to be a cover-up that La République du Cameroon tried staging when they found out there was a cache of arms, ammunition hidden in their backyard. And instead of calling it what it is, they call it trafficking. This is the point. How long will Cameroon live under denial? Can they survive a two-front war? Cameroon is teetering on the edge of a storm. Its fragile unity fraying under the weight of internal conflicts and political neglect. While the war in Ambazonia continues to drain the country's resources and morale. Ominous signs of unrest are brewing in the far north. Recent events in Maroua, where a large cache of military gear and bomb-making materials was confiscated, have set alarm bells ringing. Among the haul were automatic rifles, tear gas canisters, and chemicals suspected to be used for explosives, tools not of peace but of war. Authorities in Yaoundé were quick, very quick, to dismiss the find, attributing it to an international trafficking ring with no intentions of targeting Cameroon. Denial, yes. Yet observers see through the veneer of denial. This narrative crafted to assuage fears does little to address the growing discontent in the far north, a region already grappling with socio-economic neglect, political marginalization, and a mounting call for change. For decades, the far north of La République du Cameroon has remained one of the country's most impoverished and underdeveloped regions. This neglect has not gone unnoticed. Disillusionment among northerners has been simmering, and with recent calls warning of war, if the next president is not from their region, it is clear that the grievances have reached a boiling point. The historical context is pivotal here. Cameroon's first president, Amadou Ahidjo, hails from the north. Despite leading the nation at independence and laying the foundation of modern Cameroon, Ahidjo's legacy has been systematically diminished under Paul Biya's regime. Ahidjo remains languishing in Senegal for decades, symbolizing the regime's disregard for the North's contribution to the nation. This snub has only fueled the sentiment that the region is excluded from the corridors of power in Yaoundé. The confiscation of military gear in Maroua is a blunt indicator that the region may be preparing for something far more significant than isolated acts of disobedience. While the Cameroon government clings to its narrative of trafficking, skeptics ask, why would the trafficking rings stockpile such a sophisticated arsenal in Cameroon? Could this be the early stages of an organized insurgency, one born out of decades of marginalization and discontent? In a country already stretched thin by the war in Ambazonia, the prospect of a second insurgency in the far north or in the north is not far-fetched. The conditions are ripe for conflict, pervasive poverty, a sense of political exclusion, and the embers of a legacy tarnished by deliberate erasure. The confiscated arsenal could well be the harbinger of a storm Cameroon is ill-equipped to weather. Cameroon's ongoing war in Ambazonia has already exposed the vulnerabilities of its military and governance. For over 8 years, the Biya regime has poured resources into quelling the Ambazonian resistance. Yet, the results have been catastrophic for Yaoundé. Guerrilla tactics, deep local support for the Ambazonian cause, and the inability of the centralized government in La République du Cameroon to adapt to unconventional warfare have led to a prolonged and bloody stalemate. The financial toll of the Ambazonian war has been immense. Reports suggest that the cost of sustaining military operations, rebuilding destroyed infrastructure, and dealing with international scrutiny has drained state coffers. The military, overstretched and demoralized, has faced significant casualties such as the one we saw. If this same force were to face a second front in the north, the consequences could be devastating. Cameroon survivor, that is, excluding Ambazonia, as a unified entity hangs in the balance. The warnings from the far north are not to be dismissed lightly. If the region's calls for political inclusion and economic development continue to go unanswered, it may soon follow the path of Ambazonia, where decades of marginalization, that is annexation, before it erupted into full-scale war. The question is not just whether Cameroon can sustain a two-front war, but whether its political system is capable of addressing the root causes of these conflicts. The regime's approach has consistently been reactive, relying on force to suppress dissent, rather than addressing the grievances that drive it. This strategy has already failed in Ambazonia. Will Yaoundé make the same mistake in the north? Cameroon's leadership has long lived in denial, refusing to acknowledge the depth of the crisis it faces. From the Ambazonian struggle to the burgeoning discontent in the north, the regime's inability to adapt to changing realities is a recurring theme. By dismissing the Maroua arms couch as the work of traffickers, La République du Cameroon's government has once again chosen to ignore the warning signs of an impending crisis. But denial is not a strategy. If Cameroon does not take immediate steps to address the grievances of its northern population, investing in development, honoring the region's contribution to the nation, and ensuring political representation, it may soon find itself battling an insurgency, another war, this time on two fronts. Cameroon's future depends on its willingness to confront the systemic issues that have fueled decades of unrest. This requires a government willing to listen, to invest in its marginalized regions, and to acknowledge that force alone cannot hold a nation together. Force alone cannot, will not hold Cameroon together. And that is my talking point. Ladies and gentlemen, I take you back to my guest here. I want to take you guys to this. I'd like you guys to take a look at a footage here. Where is the footage? It appears like I lost the footage. But while we're looking for that footage, Comrade Jackson, Cameroon is living in denial. They discover arms in Maroua, and instead of calling it what it is, seeing it as another insurgency emerging from the north, they say, no, it is international trafficking. Who in the north do they traffic arms to in the north of Cameroon? Tell me if you have an idea, please.
There is nobody in the north where they can traffic arms to. But if history is right, then we can make reference to some of the language that has been coming from the north. And I believe that it's better to prepare for the wars and get something better. But I think they might not be doing that, or they might be saying this and they're doing it. But the fact of the matter is that I'm looking at the type of equipment that I see on the screen. This is not a joke, and you don't traffic on such weapons to do what? To go to where? Except they're being trafficked to the Cameroon military that are currently fighting in southern Cameroon. But if I see, I don't know if those are pepper spray or the bomb-making materials, but the situation.
I couldn't get all of the photos. If you look at the photos, you see about 200 gallons, they said, of something containing liquid, and they are said to be bomb-making equipment.
Yes. So, yeah, I think what they say in French, grand soir. The grand soir is coming to that place, and it doesn't look right. But one thing we know for sure is that people might be taking the Northeast as mouton or sheep, as we call it. But maybe these people might have something that, because there is no reason why the corpse of Ahijo is still in Senegal, and the corpse of Ahijo's wife, Germaine, is still in Senegal. And maybe I think one of the daughters died, is still in Senegal. And the regime in Yaoundé is even afraid of corpses, Ahijo's corpse. To bring
Yeah, afraid of corpses.
And so they are all the elements that can start a fire in the north. All the elements have been assembled. They are there. And and what I want to believe that these things are in preparation of something is that the government is not even listening to itself. It's not even listening because sometimes when you know that you have a problem, then you might be start having a solution to that problem. They don't know that the people of the north, of the Grand North, are angry for what they've done to Haiti. They are angry because of a preventable landslide. No, it was flooding, the preventable flooding
Yeah.
that took a lot of lives and cattle and homes. Things that could have been prevented. It's not like it was just an accident. But this is just an immediate thing. But if you look at what is happening, when you look at the ID cards that people don't have, and a CBM elite was shown with a lot of cards so that they can fraud elections, it tells you that the election results that Paul Biya has been getting from the north is coming from those manufactured elite, which means that this elite give a picture of the far north that is behind the president, but the masses are not with them. Because if they were with them, there is no reason for them to fraud, to be moving around with those number of ID cards that are being used for elections. So potentially, I don't want to talk. Why you put that school up, Chris? Because this is just terrible. This is
I want people to say it. That's why when we said Cameroon is living in denial, when we said they are living in denial, that is it. There is a school in the north. Let's listen to this guy. I don't understand French, but maybe you will.
I know. I've listened to it. This is a bilingual high school. Bilingual
Yes.
high school. That is.
Oh, so this is a high school.
Bilingual. It's not really high. It's bilingual. Now, even let me take the government out of this. Even the indigenes of that place do not even love them, their kids. How do you see your kids go into a place like this and you have no ability
That's a high school. That's a bilingual high school.
Yes. And it's purely massive. It's massive. It's a big school.
Yeah.
See that? It's a big school.
It's massive. It's massive. Look at that. Can children sit in that place when it rains?
I don't know. I don't know what they do. I mean, I see, but you see some of the good people these are the masses. These are the people that are not eating with the government that are doing this. And I told you, social media is putting a lot of this thing. If they were CRTV will not go and cover things like this.
Yeah.
Never a day. But you see how a government that thinks that education is one of the priorities, and we have a minister, the lady that caused the arrest of students in the University of Boya, Nalova, presiding over things. I know she only inherited this, but what improvement? But if you go to think about it, this school has been built and handed to the community. Millions and millions and millions of CFA.
Oh yeah, you can't. If you hear the budget that was used to set up those tents, you wouldn't believe how much that went into it, right?
Even the youth day temporary sheds that we used to build in the village back when we were in Cameroon, they were 100 times better than this.
Yeah.
Just youth day comes just to sell food and rest. They were better than this. Look, and even the locals, they didn't even have the patience to even to make this even look nice. or maybe a contractor had took the contract to do this. It's shameful. I mean, this is just horrible for the people. I forgot the fact that I'm talking about the government, but seeing my own kids, my own family in a place like this is very dreadful, and I think posterity will not forget these people. And probably that's the reason why Pobia is afraid to leave the power, because he doesn't want what happened to Ahijo to happen to him.
It is. I'm looking at this image. Does it look like there is tar on the ground there? Is
No,
that tar that we are seeing, or just
no. It's just dust.
regular soil?
That's dead soil. That's far
Dead
now,
soil.
or
Okay.
not, whatever.
Okay. I was wondering how they could come to a place and put tar and then build school in there.
Give me a break. We're gonna get that from.
Yeah, but let's get back to what is happening in the north. We have heard this. I mean, if you recall, I brought a guy on TV here, based in London. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, and he was warning of what they are planning to do. They in the north, they want to do because of what we are talking, the neglect and the denial that we are talking about, that Cameroon is living in. And then when something like the ammunition cart shows up, it's quite interesting that Cameroon immediately comes out and say this was an international trafficking ring, that was doing this. Many people have said, if Cameroon knew today what it knew then, 8 years ago before declaring war against Ambazonia, they wouldn't have done so. If Cameroon knew then, when they heard their grand national dialogue, so-called, to provide solutions, the kind of solutions they did, if they knew that it wouldn't work then, they wouldn't have done so. Now we see the same pattern here, that instead of acknowledging what is going on in the Grand North as another insurgency showing up, instead of addressing it, they say, no, these are not Cameroonians. This is not happening in Cameroon. It is an international trafficking ring. How long does Cameroon live in this denial?
You know, when God wants to punish you, they take away your brain, then allow you to rot in. That is what is happening to them. And this guy, Lamin, he's a prominent family in the far north. One of them, they were
Yeah,
saying their
Lamin
minister.
somebody, yes, I know him, yes. He's one of their ministers, right?
Yes, they said they had a nuclear option that they're going to use. And maybe what you see here is part of the nuclear action he was talking about. Because he said if
Yeah.
Pobia is still there, they will support him, but after Pobia, it's their turn. So maybe so many things have happened, but I'm not surprised that the regime is refusing about those weapons. If they could say that the women that were killed with children on their back were done by it happened in Mali.
Yeah.
What about this? This is simple now. I mean, if something that happened in the Grand North area, you say happened in Mali. So they have that regime has crafted itself into a lying machine. So they have lied until they cannot lie anymore. And the lies are already catching up with them. Because you can only lie as much.
Is
But then
Issa Chiruma still in the regime? Is he still part of the regime?
yeah, I think he took another ministerial position and then lie low. That's what I think. Just like Bello Buba Maigari is still a minister, but you will not hear him anywhere. So these are
So
some of the
Buba
people
Bello
that
Maigari has been a minister for over, because before I left Cameroon in 1994, and Buba Bello was already a minister from 1992. So he is still minister to today.
yeah, Bello is minister, and they just keep them quiet. You don't hear him speak, and practically Buba Bello is not different from the elite, the so-called elite from the southern Cameroons, because what the government has done has manufactured these people and continue to recycle them in various ministries, and they go back home and tell people everything's okay, and then continue to stay there. So it's already too much, especially for somebody that is 92 years old, and all of them. Bello is old. Chiroma, all of them. Everybody
Yeah.
is getting to 80 and above. They're still there.
Well, I hope that something happens over there, and they too rise up in defense of their rights, in defense of their what they deserve, and once and for all, maybe a lot of public resolve the problems in their part of the country. By then, we probably would have gone our way.
It's okay, Chris.
But
It's okay,
yeah,
Chris.
yes.
The thing is, they got to do something because Cameroon is a loving stock. How on earth is it that you're gonna have a 92-year-old man to stand elections, and which election that is gonna win? And before you go, I find this very fascinating because the political structures of Cameroon, the political individuals in Cameroon seems to have this suspended disbelief. You can never win in that country through the ballot box after Frundi. You can't. And so I don't understand all this massive registration and everything is still going to end up, they're going to bring votes from the suburbs that you did not have representatives.
You are very correct, and I have spoken to quite a number of politicians on the ground. I remember some guy in Boya wrote to me and said, I think he is representing one of the factions of Paul Aya's party, and he wrote to me and said, we should allow them on the ground to contest these elections. We should allow elections to take place in Ambazonia because it is an opportunity. It is an opportunity. This time, Biya cannot win. I think I also spoke with Archbishop Andrew Nkeh when he was out preaching that people should go out and register. People should go out and register. And I asked him, how many years have you guys conducted elections in that country? It is the CPDM that conducts the elections. It is the CPDM that counts the elections. It is the CPDM that announces the elections. What is different? What is so different now that you guys are running helter-skelter, asking people to go out and register? So they keep saying that. I don't know how they make it until there is a change, a fundamental change in that country, and a truly independent electoral independent commission exists. I don't know how. I just don't see how they can go about thinking that they can win an election in that country when that machinery is still there.
Well, anyway, it is their problem. Let them be dealing with it. We have our own issues.
All right. Comrade, if you have more time, you can stay put. I'm going to go out, and then when I come back, I will open the phone lines. I will open the phone lines for people to call in and bring us their contributions. In the meantime, I want you to take note. I have a very important announcement to make towards the end of this broadcast. So please, stay put. I'll be right back.
the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put out there. At this moment, I am going to open the phone lines to have you call in with your contributions. But remember, before you call in, make sure that the volume of your set is tuned down. Tune down the volume of your set before you go ahead and call. The phone line is right there on the screen, so I'd like to hear from you, especially if you are on ground zero. The phone number is there. Go ahead and call, please. All right, and while I'm waiting for your phone calls, I want to bring you this very important announcement. We are having a rally, a very special rally in Washington, D.C. We're having a very special rally in Washington, D.C. on the occasion of Donald Trump's inauguration. On the occasion of Donald Trump's inauguration, Ambazonians are invited to be part of this rally on Monday, January the 20th. It's a very important rally, ladies and gentlemen, very important rally. So we hope that if you are Ambazonian and you live in Maryland, Washington, D.C., Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York area, Virginia area, we invite you to be part of this important rally that is coming up on the occasion of Donald Trump's inaugural. I will personally be there, and I really love to see every Ambazonian out there be part of this rally. Let's go there, come out in our national colors. We come out in our national colors. We come out in our national colors, the colors that you know, and show the world that Ambazonia supports the presidency of Donald J. Trump. Let's go there and return the favor he did to us when he was in office, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump, at his first coming, 2016, was the only leader who recognized and took action against La République du Cameroon over the attacks that La République du Cameroon was carrying out against Ambazonians. And so for that reason, on the occasion of his coming back, we are asking every Ambazonian to please join us January the join us January the 20th. That is Monday, January the 20th in Washington, D.C., and let us all commemorate the inauguration of Donald J. Trump as the 47th President of the United States of America. I expect to see quite a handful of Ambazonians at that event. I really hope to see a lot of us show up there in Washington, D.C. to be part of this ceremony. People will be showing up from all over the place across the continental USA to be part of that inaugural. And of course, how about all of us, Ambazonia, within that locality? My appeal is that you will defy the coal. You will defy the coal and everything in your neighborhood to come out so that together we can appeal to the Trump administration to hear our cry, to assist us, to help us. It's a diplomatic move. So please, my appeal is that every one of you within the Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New York axis, let us gather in Washington, D.C., January 30th, that is Monday, January 30th, to participate, honor Donald J. Trump in his inaugural. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. Come out in amber national colors, just as you find on your screen. Those are amber national colors. Also come with American flags if you do have them. Dress in your T-shirts, amber uniform or colored T-shirts, and bring out your amber flags and banners, and banners, and banners. Let's go out there and make Donald J. Trump very proud of Ambazonia. Who knows? He may make Ambazonia great too. The time will tell. So please, that is a very important announcement that I wanted to bring to all of you out there. Now, I want to make a special appeal, ladies and gentlemen, and this has to do with ABS. My appeal is for you to understand this, that without funding, ABS cannot stay on air. And so we are appealing strongly to every one of you watching and listening to the sound of my voice, to please consider going to GoFundMe.com. Go to GoFundMe.com and search ABS TV. Make a generous donation to support ABS. The only way ABS stays in the air is through sponsorship. If you cannot go to GoFundMe.com to look for ABS, just go to ABSAfricaTV.com. ABSAfricaTV.com. Hit on the donation button on the top right. Hit on the donation button on the top right, and you will make a donation to ABS. We need it to keep on bringing you the inspiring content that we do on a regular basis. We have many other channels out there. There is no doubt that nobody does what we do here at ABS. But we have to sustain it. We have to keep it coming. This is the voice of Ambazonia. And so I'm appealing very strongly, if you enjoy this, if you benefit from this, if you are inspired by what you get from ABS, please make sure that you support ABS to stay on satellite. I have heard some people say, oh, why not just do it on YouTube? If we do it on YouTube, people on ground zero in Africa cannot watch it because they don't have the data. How many of you know that on ground zero, you can't go on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and stay there for an hour to watch video? No, because they don't have the data. They are billed by how long they use it. So the more they stay on social media, the more data they are charged. And so people on ground zero don't have the money to go sit on YouTube watching videos for 1 hour, for 2 hours. So that is why ABS staying on satellite is very critical, very important for ground zero to get the content that gets to them. So please go to absafricatv.com, hit the donate button, send a donation to ABS, and you can do it from anywhere, whether you're on ground zero in Africa, in Europe, you can use that donation button on our website to make a donation to ABS. But if you also want to go to gofundme.com, you get there, you search ABS, you go to gofundme.com and then you search ABS, and you will see our donation page will pop up and you will be able to donate. Please, I'm pleading with you. Again, if you appreciate what we do, this is a sacrifice we do here, and we want it to stay. We want to continue doing it because this is the voice of Ambazonia. Thank you for doing so. Now, the phone lines, we'll open the phone lines. Go ahead and call. If you have the phone number, go ahead and call. If you have the phone number, I'd like to hear from you. Get your contribution. I think the number is right there on your screen. I'd like to hear from you, especially if you are on ground zero. But if you are not on ground zero, anywhere in the globe, in Europe, in Africa, South America, in North America, Canada, Middle East, let me hear from you. I have just 10 minutes left. Just 10 minutes left to end the program, and so those 10 minutes are dedicated for your cause. Okay. Isa Chiroma is Minister of Employment and Vocational Training. All right. Minister of Employment and Vocational Training, whatever that means, actually. All right. Good evening, Comrade Chris. Please, this is the time for firepower. Firepower is highly needed on ground zero. La Republique is doing everything to say there is no mercy, on ground zero. The Bishops' Conference in Boya, Joshua Osi SDF campaign in the Southwest and Northwest. An agricultural show has been organized in Alo subdivision, Le BLM, by the Mayor Pierre-Marie. Let me know when that thing is organized, please. Let me know when the agric show is organized. I need to know the date of that agric show in Alo, in Le BLM. Send me that information, please. All right. Thank you for the message. Okay, again, the phone line is open. The phone line is open, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and call that number. I have about 6 minutes to call it a show, to call it a day here. I want to believe that I want to believe all of you are able to call. I hope this. I hope the phone number is turned on. All right, let me get to the first caller here. Hello.
Good evening, sir. Happy New Year.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
Calling from Meme.
From Meme. Okay, and what is on your mind, sir?
I just want to thank our AROF in Manfi for the great job that they did.
Right.
To tell Pobia that is that was a very good message that hit Yaoundé so hard, because in the Pobia, the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, the speech that he makes in his New Year speech was very provocating. And we retaliate back with a very provocating way.
Yeah.
In such a way that the world has now know that Ambazonia is not a country to play with.
He said Ambazonia should lay down arms, and I guess Ambazonians showed him how to lay down arms, isn't it?
It was wonderful, sir. It was wonderful. I was so happy. My mind was so pleased. That was a great challenge. That means the challenge was so heavy for Popia to carry. Yes, it was so heavy for Popia to carry. That what actually happened in Manfe is a great sign that Popia has no power again over Amazonia. Yes.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. They can pretend they have symbolic power, not real power, because they can't come to Ambazonia and do all what they do now. I think we have what the guy has written, the note I just read. We have, if Ambas, they listen to me, they hear me, this is the time to step up action on ground zero, especially in Kumba, in Boya, and in, FACO as a whole. Kumba, FACO, Mezan.
Sir, there is one thing here in Meme. There is this group of DDRO guy that left the AROF in Meme. They are now working with the government of La Republique military. Now they are now working with the government of La Republique military to come and fight the Ambas that are the AROF that are in the bush. So that is what is making Meme very difficult now, because everywhere those guys know everywhere. So they are placed their trap everywhere for the AROF to fall into. And they are not just coming easily, they are also go to Nigeria to cook odochi in their body. So they are not normal. So this is what is happening in Meme. So Meme need to strategize. They need to, those guys in those AROF in Meme need to go further, to go and look what the charm that those guys are using now to come and be fighting them. They have killed a lot of general, a lot of commander here in Meme. That is why Meme has cool like this. And I want that you people should do something very fast. You people should do something very fast. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Kodi, Clovis, all these people. Yes. So you people should do very fast about it.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Yes, sir.
All right. I have 3 minutes before I call it a night. The phone line is still open. You go ahead and call. We will be glad to also watch the rally live, Comrade Chris, if it will be possible. I don't think it will be live, but we will see. Probably will be recorded and aired later. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the absence of any calls, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to be back here on Monday. I look forward to be back on Monday. So please, good night, and you have a great weekend.
Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country. Thrive America, the flagship model, offers personalized coaching and assistance to newly arrived individuals into the country through a concierge service and one-stop resource on your phone. The app supports essential areas of integration, such as job search strategies, benefits applications, financial literacy, credit repair, legal guidance, and more. The platform aims to become the go-to resource as you navigate the complexities of settling into a new country.